we are alive. Perfect. With Avatar Legends, episode 6, aka
Yes.
Book 2, Episode 2.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Book 2, Episode 1. That is a number.
Yes.
Did Jinx to start at 1?
I don't know.
I mean, the TV show starts at 1.
Yes. But yes, lots of stat blocks. We were talking about the Avatar game has now physical copies are being sent out, and some people have received them, I believe. Or has no one actually here received them? Or is it just on the way?
I have the physical book. I have the physical book, and I think most people. I mean, I'm on the northeast coast. Like, that's where things get shipped to.
Mm-hmm. Spencer, you also need to swap Marissa's portrait with Zed's portrait.
Oh, the portraits. Yeah, I switched the. Hold on. I couldn't even do that till everyone was here. It doesn't count.
Yeah, but speaking of all of the pre-built character, the TV show character blocks, they each take 2 pages of the book. It's just a lot of real estate. There's much real estate, and I don't care about Long Fang at all.
I mean, some people do.
No one cares about Long Fang. Like, I'm just gonna stay with that.
Read some angry comments if you care about anyhow.
Is this how you're gonna up our engagement? You're just gonna piss people off?
Yeah. If you care about random villain from season 3, sure.
Please send them to your local representative.
Yeah. Please wrap your complaints around a can of Campbell's soup.
Okay, overlays are gonna get weird. I have what is actually Zen is labeled as indigo. What is actually okay? Either way, right now the overlays are fine. Other overlays that aren't being visible right now, I will take a bit longer to fix. Am I at least me? I am me. Okay. Marissa is Jordan. Okay. Then I can move Marissa to where Zen is. I'm doing it's other overlay stuff. I've updated our like here's who our characters are overlays and stuff. But I think we're good now.
But also while we're messing with this, I'll keep talking about
we can go. Like the overlays work, but yeah.
Last point. I'm not sure I agree with the character art for Zuko's. Because he's like all princely.
Oh.
Yeah, the art for Zuko's character for his stat block doesn't
I would show it off, but I'm not actually sure that would be legally okay.
Everyone it's not. So everyone at home, flip to page 38, watching Tong's Adventurer's Guide, and
they've got him in his like emperor's robes and shit.
Yeah, it's Emperor Zuko. It's a weird choice.
What we could do is each show a portion of.
No, we're not playing. No. It's theater of the mind. Flip in your own book. I just don't.
Yes, because most of the eras are.
There's a whole half. Oh my goodness! It wasn't just Zuko. Wow! I'm looking at the pages now. Like, here's 2 pages on Ty Lee and where to find her and how to get her to be your teacher.
Players. And Kuvera, she's not even an arbor. Like, they picked weird shots.
We actually haven't finished book 4 yet.
They might have not had
rights to anything shown in the show, but then Asabi has show clothes. Ty Lee has show clothes.
Well, I'm saying that whatever parent company might have been like, these are the pictures you shall use.
That's fair. It could be one of those, like, now that Zuko's all of this seems to be like after the show is done, here are the characters and their outfits. Like, you're not going to run into Runaway Earth Kingdom Book 2 Zuko. Not allowed.
I think they might have got comic book art licensing.
That really fits.
Very likely.
Yeah.
That honestly might be what it is now that I'm saying it out loud and thinking about it for more than 2 seconds before I speak. Because we have this Kyoshi era character, and I know there's Kyoshi era comic books, and this is the same level of polish art as the rest of them.
It's interesting to me as I look at this.
She also has 2 pages.
Each of the
So these
major
are ported.
NPCs have 3 unique extra conditions on them if you look at
Yep.
the bottom right of their portraits.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yep.
is
Legendary NPCs will have more conditions.
cool.
And I think with any NPC, you get to pick non-standard conditions. Just here are
Yep.
the conditions that they have.
Yep, I had
So
fun with
is
that,
really
figuring
does
out like
aside from roleplay.
because their conditions don't matter as much. All that matters is the number of conditions they have as far as the mechanics are concerned.
Yeah.
So you can use their conditions as sort of a role play guide. Just think about how they're going to get worse as they lose.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, how do they feel? How do...
Oh yeah, this is post Korra. Now that I'm actually reading the Kuvara playbook, this is post Korra. You find her under house arrest.
Spoilers for Marissa, who we still need to finish that book.
It's in the book. It's in the book.
No, I mean the book
first
4
sentence.
book 4 of the show is what I mean by finish the book.
I think I've watched it and then literally blocked it out of my memory. So,
Except I'm still unsure. Like I don't know if you've there are some parts we've already watched that you don't remember at all, and some parts
I
you
had
do.
a lot of trouble getting through
So
Korra.
did you watch
I
it
did too.
intermittently?
What? I loved Korra.
I've
Korra was
started
so
and
good.
dropped off it around 4 times now.
Okay. But we binged all of book 2. It wasn't as bad as it seems, mostly because we got it over with quickly. We could zoom past the bad parts.
I like
The finale
I
was
like all of Korra. I understand some of it's kind of not as like I don't know. There's a lot of problems in the production end of it that have
That's true.
negatively impacted the writing on that show a little bit.
Even more so
And-
than the first show, yeah.
Yeah. And,
So
I
anyways-
don't know, it's also designed for children. Like
Yeah, it both was trying to be older than Avatar, but still not too old.
It's ours now. We claim it.
Yep.
Forget those kids.
Yep.
but
Now
I
it's-
liked it. I liked Korra. It was fun.
So, what was I going to say? What happened last season? In our thing. What
We
did
burned
do?
down a town.
We saved the city.
We is that what you're saying?
We
The
saved
royal we.
a city.
The royal we, meaning specifically one of us, burned down our entire
Specifically
town.
Dama.
I'm sorry. I was following the will of the spirits. I thought that was part of this game. It was clearly unsafe. Stay in town. No one should have been there.
The
And so you
spirits
just-
pieced out, and you're like, "Oh, we should burn the place to the ground."
Yes.
That, yep.
It's
Total
not. It was. Something was off, and it had to be cleansed.
Cleansing by fire.
Yeah, that is the classic way to cleanse things. That's why you
Yeah,
boil
that's how
water.
heroes do things. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I'm not a
more than one way to
hero.
burn a village.
I'm not a hero. I'm not a villain. I'm not a
Ah,
You know,
this is
potato,
all
hero. The villain would have
perspective.
The
Yeah.
villain would have left the people in the town.
So you're saying the difference of morality here is that I gave them notice?
yeah.
I gave
You
them
have
notice,
24 hours to get all
But
your stuff
also,
and
we're
leave.
missing the context. The context was either burn it down now or watch it get burned around you.
Yes.
Those were the two options.
Yep.
There wasn't a secret third option because of the lack of an army.
Stand and fight.
The lack of an army.
We brought the Fire Nation actually seems to be doing better in a soldier efficiency thing compared to us. Like we brought probably a combined 8 to 10 people to fight the Fire Nation's 4 or 5 and barely won.
Admittedly, they
Yeah, because
Spin
numbers
around,
mean
nothing
nothing against
wild.
bending
Yeah.
masters or
No,
whatever.
that's how yeah. Avatar works in a soft ninja equivalency rule. So numbers mean nothing and the fewer numbers
Yeah,
fight
it
better.
takes 3 soldiers to beat 1 higher level person.
Because they had a name. That's it. It
Oh, yeah.
depends on if
3
you are
soldiers.
named or not.
3
Absolutely.
soldiers to beat 1 named NPC,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the lowest level named. And then there is like mid-level named, and then there's legendary, which it takes an army to beat.
Basically.
And even on the
yes.
low end, there's like, are you a masked Fire Nation guy? Because then you're just like cannon fodder. But if you have no mask and we can see your face, then you're 1 tier above.
And if you go by Kung Fu movie rules, whoever's standing in the back of the room smoking as the fight goes on, that's the real badass.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, someone will just
Yeah.
come in and win the day.
That seems right. Okay. So, anyways, we burned down a town because the Fire Nation's very scary, and we would rather burn our town than have it taken by them. We evacuated.
We would rather burn someone else's town than have it taken by the Fire Nation.
It was my town.
It wasn't by you didn't burn
Yes,
it
it-
down. We've already put the blame on me.
Fair.
It indeed was the equivalent of I'm taking my toys and going home. I don't care.
That's fair. What else happened? My character discovered that she was a secret. Well, not. She discovered that she was an airbender and doesn't know how or why. We had an off-screen like "It's time you knew" thing, which we'll get to later.
Mhm.
I successfully completed everything I set my mind to, from saving people to saving the Fire Nation.
Officer that we captured and released him after he found out I was an airbender. So I'm sure that the Fire Nation will just let me go after that. After all, airbenders are totally alive and fine in Fire Nation
Yeah,
territory.
there's nothing wrong with the airbenders, just as long as they don't exist.
Yeah.
Look, he promised. We're all
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, I trust
Mechanically,
the
there
word
was
of an
a
assassin,
well-
personally.
mechanically there was a success there. So, like, yeah, safety is assured.
I believe the
The-
promise was
how
that
you
he
define
wouldn't-
safety.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't attack your friends. I believe was basically it.
Yeah, you are a cold-blooded traitor, Fire Nation sympathist,
That's why book 2, Aeon is in the brig the whole time.
expel
Yeah,
Aeon from
in
the
the
chalet.
technology brig.
We put you in a stone cave with no tools. That's
No,
the
a lot of
technology
tools.
brig.
No, that's
Someone
the
needs to
worst thing
build
you can
this-
do.
Someone needs to build the ski lifts.
Yeah, have you never seen MacGyver? You don't do that.
No, the more tools an engineer has, the worse they actually do. It's again this kind of like
They need a
ninja
task.
equivalence, but with technology.
But it's leaving them unfocused. That's the problem. They have to have a task with grueling deadlines, so no time is available for other mini projects.
They need a
But then you
manager.
run afoul of Stark's law. Like,
Yeah, that's what happened with Stark. He had that deadline, and he still managed to make it work.
That's right. Now you gotta shake him out after every time. You don't leave him in the room with the tools overnight.
yeah, you got to be in there in just your underwear and a mask, working on whatever you're working on.
Except when Aeon comes
Your
back, I
room.
had better find some way to resolve some of these issues.
That's for us 5 weeks in the future to figure out.
Mm,
Exactly.
we don't
Yeah,
know.
you could resolve your issues in the tournament arc.
Yes,
We play Pie Show. to,
Pie
like-
Show tournament arc that still is coming at some point.
The silliest
Hanging
arc
over
has
our
already
heads like
been
the sword of
guaranteed.
Damocles.
Yeah.
Better throw out all regular combat rules. Time to duel.
Yep.
It's gonna be
We're
a
just
Pie
gonna play
Show arc.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's what I was gonna say. It's Pie Show, but shot in the form of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yep.
Oh, but that also means when the street thugs bother you in the Pie Show arc, you still have to beat them at Pie Show.
Yeah. If you
Not-
lose, you go to the spirit realm.
Oh, you lose tiles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you up, but only if you lose at Pie Show.
That was my grandfather's tile.
It's Pokemon rules. If you win, you take all their money.
Yeah.
All I want to know is what is the Pie Show equivalent of Pot of Greed, and how many times can I play it?
Yeah.
You should actually learn how Pie Show works. It's
Oh,
like-
No,
There's like
There-
7
there are-
different decent versions out there, actually.
there's no official rules, but there's a few different fan-made like comprehensive rules. They aren't the same as each other, but that's Pi Show even in Korra. They said there's like different Pi Show rules, so
I'm
it's
saying
canon.
that there's no actual rules for my show.
Yep.
Nope. I mean, if you're writing a show and you're like, I need some kind of tile game analog, are you going to sit down and write the rules for the tile game
Right,
analog,
you're
or just
Yeah,
say,
we were just talking
they're-
about Yu-Gi-Oh,
they
and that was
playing
wildly
Pi Show.
successful.
The wrong person.
Yeah, we just. That's fair.
I would. Most
That's
people
true.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's true.
But if we want
never
to make
ask
it
a
like
GM
Yu-Gi-Oh,
that question.
that's exactly what Yu-Gi-Oh did. They wrote the narrative card game first, and then realized part of Greed is broken, and so are like half the
Need
cards
rules
in the
for their
initial
game.
set. So then they decided, oh, we are making this an actual balanced card game. Let's try to do that. And
It's not even well balanced as a card game. It is horrible power creep. Like,
oh yeah, I've heard it's better now. Not good, but better.
it just has notably terrible power creep.
I only ever played it on the DS, so
Oh,
I
I
didn't
mean,
mind winning.
like some of the new weird mechanics they added, like synchro summons, are really weird. But I watched like a long
The
video
numbers
essay
just
that
grow by 10% every set.
yeah, I've watched a video essay that basically said these new mechanics are real weird. It went through like the history of Yu-Gi-Oh, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh balance, and effectively a lot of the new mechanics that I don't know much about are hard to learn, but actually good for balance.
Is it a rule in Yu-Gi-Oh that you either need to have some kind of cool headgear or physics-defying hairstyle?
It should be, but it's not.
I mean, yeah, everyone would be disqualified in real life because no one's hair can be as ridiculous as the shows.
It would make tournaments way more fun if
That's
you
true.
had to have weird. If you had to come in a duelist outfit,
I could imagine like
or you
you're
put in like Warhammer rules. You have to come like a duelist, or don't come at all. Just like in Warhammer, come with a painted army, or don't bother.
I could imagine like half your score is based on your fashion, and the other half
it's
is based
just
on how well
entry.
you actually play.
I think it's
Just
just
entry?
entry. It's the
Oh.
baseline.
You don't
You
look
have to-
like a duelist.
You can't participate. Sorry, this is a dueling tournament.
Yeah.
To walk us back to Avatar, I've got
Mm.
a couple of housekeeping things that I should probably let you guys know. First off, we're between books and GMs here. Clear all your conditions and fatigue. I'm not going to hold that over from.
That's only for
even
people
though
that
you
fight.
were, traveling
Yeah.
for a long
The
time.
walk to wherever we are was very refreshing.
What conditions? What fatigue? I don't. I'm gonna. Yeah. Fix
Yes,
that.
Yeah.
a walk clears my guilt. I like it.
I clear my afraid and my foolish. I feel much more. That makes sense. I switched to the bold playbook, so I'm no longer feeling afraid or foolish.
Oh, you're
though
the bold now.
I am. I am Quiwa the Bold. We should go over that really quickly. So I've switched playbooks. As we switched books. She still has her family legacy. Like it's not like that's just off the table completely, but it's no longer as core to her as she feels like she wants to prove herself as an individual, and capable. And it's definitely not in response to the fact that the dice were very punishing towards her last book. So she, to the point where it was a narrative thing where she felt useless. So now she is the bold. She intends to prove herself not useless. So the way the bold works basically is I have a list of like 14 or so drives. I only have 4 of them chosen at a time. Each time I complete one of those drives that are chosen, I gain either, hold on, here we go. It's either XP or clear a condition. I either gain 1 growth or clear a condition. And once I complete all of my like 14-ish drives, I must either retire the character completely or change playbooks.
I like
So
how-
you can only be so bold.
Yeah. Eventually, I just mellow out and just be like, okay, I'm good now. It was
Yeah,
a
I have
phase. It's inherently a
sim-
phase.
I have a similar mechanic where I have a list of destiny signs. I have still filled out none. We have made no progress on my destiny, which is fine. I'm just
I like
having fun meandering through other people's problems.
I like how one of your like things on your list is get a fancy new outfit.
Yeah,
Oh, is
I-
it really?
that's one of the things.
Yeah.
I haven't chosen it yet. I don't think it's appropriate yet, but
Does the
What
play,
are the
does
four
your
that you have
character sheet
there?
have the whole list? I want to see these lists.
yes, there it is on the left. There's like,
Punch someone you probably shouldn't.
Yep.
Kiss someone dangerous.
yep, no,
It's the
I like
most
how
masks
that's.
playbook.
yeah,
I like how
that's what
that's such
Marissa
a
was telling me
short
before.
I like how that's such a short sentence that it's really up to you to determine what's dangerous, or if by kissing someone you make them dangerous for you.
Oh yeah,
Like, there's a lot of ways to use that one, and I think that's really good.
yep. Marissa is right. This is the most masks, and that one alone, kiss someone dangerous, is very much the epitome.
You want to be a real fun playbook? You just got 10 of those. You just got 10 kiss someone
Wow.
dangerous.
The smooch. That's what the
Okay.
playbook's called.
Yep, I'm
But
attracted
you
to
automatically
danger.
check them every time you kiss someone new.
Oh, you
They
make them
become-
dangerous.
Yeah, you automatically make 10 enemies by kissing people. But
yeah.
The playbook.
The ones I chose were
Yeah.
stop a fight with calm words, defend an inhabited place from dire threats, successfully lead your companions in battle, and do justice to a friend or mentor's guidance. I figured those are the like most likely and easy to do, so I'll start with those before I start acting out more and more.
Be the responsible person, and then you'll start going off kissing random weirdos and
Yeah,
punching them in the face. And...
yeah.
you
My
could really
rebellious
you could do
phase is
3
like a
of-
gradient, but it's getting
Yeah.
up there.
You could do like a round of 4 all at once if you start with get a fancy new outfit, and then you need to stand up to someone and then kiss them and then punch them in the face. That's like one scene, and you get 4 out real fast.
Yep. I would love to attempt to actually do all of them in one scene, all like 12.
Yeah, just pound them all out at once. One episode playbook.
Yep.
This episode, Kui was bold. Next episode, back to regular.
Yeah. She wakes up like, that was a dream, right? Oh no.
Nope.
Oh, just forgot your medication again. Oh shit.
I have a new move as well. So when I actually really like how Avatar has a very like, here's how you change playbooks. So I can switch any of my old moves for my new ones if I wanted to. I only switched one, so I have one new move now. So I have here's the plan, and it's basically like when we work out a plan with someone, I get to roll, and I get to basically while we're carrying out the plan later, spend hold to like help someone for free without spending fatigue, or like call it warnings or rally someone. I get to sort of be a bit more of a leader is mostly what this is. So
Did changing playbooks reset your center at all or no? 'Cause I know you were off center
yes,
or off of 0-0.
So the way it works is the center does reset, I believe, but then I have the ability to move it if I want to, and I keep. Oh, there we go. Did I do that right? There we go. I put it in the playbook wrong just now, I realized, so I just fixed it. My center is 0, but I can move my current balance up or down 1 when I started. So I moved it slightly towards confidence.
Okay.
And yeah, my new principles are loyalty and confidence. Yeah.
So,
Cool.
speaking of what are effectively new characters, we have now Satu. And I would really, really like to know how to pronounce your name, so I don't
Sato.
mispronounce it. Sato? Do you want to do any introductions of, hey, this is who I am, not in the background?
Yeah, now that you're a full PC, not an NPC.
We'll let that come out in the moment. I feel that he will be springing onto the scene and trying to herd cats pretty quickly.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I think I think in this season, Dama's gonna be business Dama because
Oh,
we have a venture to undertake.
I was wondering what would be happening. I will think. Marissa, do you want to take us away?
Yeah, what are we doing?
I've got one other housekeeping change that I wanted to let you know. It's not immediately applicable, but as I was reading the rules a little bit more, I think there's one change to the way that we've been doing combat. As I understand it from the book, all NPCs are kind of given their max balance track. This is a major NPC. They have a max balance of 3. And at the beginning, the GM kind of picks how invested or where on that balance track they start for the fight.
Mhm.
So instead of a major NPC saying, I have a balance track of 3, I'm going to do 3 techniques every turn, it might be, I don't really care about this fight, I'm going to win it anyways, so whatever, I have a balance track, I'm starting it at 1. They can still move along that balance track using the move commit or with the status inspired, but basically it means that unless they're really invested, even major NPCs aren't going to be chucking insane amount of techniques at you every turn.
Mhm.
Harder to overbalance them, but not as OP. Yeah. So fights should be easier in that way, at least. Just so that you're not surprised when, if anything, fight. If we don't fight once during the entire book, I'm going to be so upset.
Oh, good. We'll do that.
Yeah, that's the plan.
But
actually.
Not the pacifist.
One of my
runs.
goals is literally right now to stop a fight with words. So
I have
The-
so many rules about how to find peace in situations. We're totally geared to not fight.
Yeah.
uh,
The new character is +3 in harmony. So
Quiwa throws away her bow.
I'll attack you all if I get frustrated enough.
Yetis attack.
Yetis. Elephant
Ooh.
Yetis.
We could have secret snowbenders pop out of nowhere. Like,
Ooh.
That's actually a good idea. Mountainous snowbenders.
I dig it.
Anyways,
it's just like 5 children, though. They're not like a real group. It's just like
I mean,
Lord of
five-
the Flies.
It's like we saw the
yeah,
swamp
it's
benders.
it's Lord of the Flies snowbenders.
They're literally
worse.
stacked on
You
top of
realize
each other
that's
in a
worse.
snowman. I want them to be literally stacked on top of each other in a snowman.
Ooh, they each have one snowball of the snowman.
Yep.
and they make Big Macs.
Like the
We're
cactus
already
thing in
off the
Mario.
rails.
So
We're already off
Shut
the
up.
rails.
No, this is keeping with Avatar. The swamp benders make giant suits too.
that's
Fair.
true.
I'm
Anyway.
doing is carrying forward tropes.
And we've seen Aang make a snowman to entertain the kids when he could waterbend. That must have been in Northern Water Tribe, I believe.
I think it was the island, Kyoshi Island.
No, because he couldn't waterbend by then.
There was also no snow on Kyoshi.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was in the Northern Water Tribe. He like made himself a snowman or something.
No Christmas episode. Anyhow, box text. So first off, let's put on the box text voice.
Mhm.
You've been in the new city of Tree Fae for a while now, because Duo Fae evolves into Tree Fae, and that's how that happens when no one gives me names, and I like it.
I like the idea that we desperately, in character, tried to not let that happen, but everyone just started calling it that, and we're all resigned.
Triofe.
Well, calling it a city is a bit of a stretch.
I was aiming for a glorious mountain resort.
We'll get there.
You and most of the population of Duo Fae headed towards the mountain peak. Kiang called a halt when you found a cave partway up that mountain. It was large enough that it could house most of you, if in some very poor conditions at first. But at that point, it really didn't matter. It was away, and it was something like the home you had had before. It seemed a decent spot for a new home, so your earthbenders started doing what they could to enlarge the space and cordon off some separate living areas. There's been some progress towards making things livable, but there's a long way to go and a lot of different factors to consider. With some decent accommodations and newly renovated space at a premium, there's a growing class divide between the haves and the have-nots, and decisions need to be made about who gets accommodations first. Not to mention, a lot of Duo Fae's people were merchants before, when it was a port town mainly sustained by trade, and this whole new secrecy from the Fire Nation doesn't really sit too well with those tradesfolk. The Fire Nation are also still a threat, as whether or not the airbender in your midst goes or stays, it would be all too easy to leverage the safety of these people to force her to reveal herself. And so you've decided that you need to stick around in this town uh, and
It's
get
part of the
Tree-Face
box text.
settled
You
into
have to
some kind of
stay.
order.
We have to stay. It's part of the rules.
Yeah. We try to go to the exit, and we try to leave, and the game just says, like,
This map's
I'm not ready
This
yet.
invisible
and then,
wall here. I don't.
I think I'm forgetting something in town. We turn around.
Why does
Yeah.
it say you are leaving the area above me? What is going on?
Everything's fading to gray.
And back at the inn.
So you've
yes.
decided you need to stick around to get Tree-Face settled into some kind of order for right now. So, right now, specifically, Damali, Sato... I do have that Sato. Okay, good. Baohu and Quiwa are on a scouting mission, doing your best to cover the trail of the 1,000 or so people and ensure that no one who shouldn't be is poking around. When you come across just the sort of thing that you're kind of scouting for, a group of maybe 20 or so people in mostly Ursh Nation colors, huddling and doing their best to avoid the attacks of a small 6-person or so Fire Nation soldiers. There's 3 people in blue who seem to be doing their best to defend them, but the size of the group that they're trying to defend is kind of hampering their efforts. What do you do?
They're currently under attack right now.
They are currently under attack. It's not terribly fast and furious. There's a lot more blocking going on than...
Okay, so it looks like we don't have to necessarily rush in there, even if we should help.
Mhm.
There's
They
not.
have
It's not like an individual's
neither
about to die.
side has seen you, and no
Yeah.
one is about to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think are we just want to start trying to fix the situation in fast action, or we want to consider?
Well,
I'm
I have
happy to open with all things
Before
in
we
order-
begin anything, we have a start of session move, I believe, is what Jordan's going to say.
Oh, that's 2 things.
Oh.
Yes, I have a start of session move that I'll do first because this might help. Protector's Burden. I'm just gonna. Boop, boop.
Let me switch.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I'm just rolling 2d6 because I don't think you listen to me more often than not.
Yeah, especially now. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Not
Let's see.
just do bold Quiwa.
No.
Yeah. Have I recently protected them or helped them with a problem? Probably not. I don't think so.
No.
I tried. And is there an immediate threat to your ward that you are aware of?
I wouldn't call
Now
this a
there
threat.
is.
I wouldn't call this an immediate threat to me. And I would call that actually more up to your interpretation than mine. Depends how protective you are of me, but like other people fighting other people. I'd leave it up to you.
I'll just roll 2d6 and see what happens. Oh, on an 8. I hold 1, and I can do one of those things. Excellent. Hold 1.
Perfect.
And then the second thing I was going to ask was,
Those ones.
I'm going to assume the simple avatar color means what bender they are. So are these
What?
water benders?
Yes,
Not
I'm
Bender,
not
it's
missing that
nation.
They
Yeah.
are waters. Or at least in Water Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water Tribe.
I can assess every situation amazingly. I have even more free questions when I assess. So I think that's the best starting point.
Absolutely, go ahead and assess.
I think I get a cool flame-powered jump up above the tree line to get a superhero assess moment. And then what do I roll?
I don't know what assess is. Hold on.
Assess
There it is.
moves list.
Creativity.
Yeah.
Get a 7.
All right.
So I get
One question from that
One
list.
question plus your extras.
plus
I'll
my
let you
extras.
Both of
manage
your extras.
Both of my extras. I don't miss things anymore. So yeah. I know what the biggest threat is. I know who's in danger. So I think it's what should we be on the lookout for? How can I bring about peace here? What is the most valuable or interesting to me? Yeah, those are the three.
Okay. What should you be on the lookout for? Uh, these group of people seem like a scouting party. How far away any main forces could be days, could be minutes, don't really know there. So that's what you should be on the lookout for. What could bring about peace in this situation? Many things. If you were to join in on the people's side, the Fire Nation would be outnumbered, so that's one way to bring about peace. But even just the presence of, hey, we're suddenly outnumbering you, it's not a complete, they will absolutely never back down situation, probably, if you're already outnumbering them.
So bringing about peace is forcing a morale check.
Yes. And what was the last question? Sorry.
What is the most valuable or interesting thing to me?
Ah, I need valuables.
Well, it's Dama, so just put in some
Yeah.
cutlery.
Interesting is also there.
Yeah, all the Fire Nation guys, their suits are made of fine, silvered, like cutlery.
Filigree.
Weird call for an army, but okay, we'll take it.
Listen. There's a supply issue, and they're doing what they can.
I'm just imagining knife fights with like actual steak knives or something.
Oh god. Some Waffle House ass stuff there.
Well, a lot of the Earth Nation people are looking kind of scruffy and whatnot. The Water Tribe people, their clothing looks reasonably fine to some degree. It's not exactly something you can nick off of them, but there's a higher level of.
So I gotta strip some Water Nation members, is what you're saying.
You do that.
That's what you
Mm,
just told me to do!
It's of interesting or more valuable, I guess. But I don't know if we go that direction. Answers to your questions.
Alright.
do you?
So I
Yeah,
come back down. It's just a jump. It's not like I could fly.
yeah.
Little bits of burning underbrush below you.
What do you tell us?
Oh, pretty much what we know.
Okay.
Water Nation people are richer than you think. They're a scouting party. Should probably, I don't know, steal their shoes or something. You gotta stop them from looking around. And we're not murderers, so stealing shoes in the cold is a great move to get them to leave.
They don't know we're here. We should sneak in from behind and take them out.
Best not to engage. They will. If one of them gets away, there is a more problem for the rest.
We can make sure they don't. If they don't know we're here, we can. We know where they. Do we think? I think Quiwa is uncertain for a moment, but I think she looks at Bao for feedback, but says, with the element of surprise, I think we can help.
So to get like a lay of the land, are we? So we're like more on the hills, and
It's
they're down.
mountainous.
So you're on a mountainside. By what I mean that is lots of trees all the way around, and you can kind of assume that that's the case at all times. Lots of trees
Mhm.
unless you're directly within the city. The Fire Nation is kind of spread to surround them, not fully, but there's no easy way out of where they are. And it does seem like without any sort of intervention, these people are not going to win this fight.
So
Okay.
At least
So
tactically, the best thing is for us to just like hammer the Fire Nation on the left side as a group.
Flank them from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not
Um,
even from
I
behind, but just like on this, because they are focused one way. and we also will be outnumbered if we try to make them all turn around on us. So if we go at a right angle, that means that we get the two that are at the closest to us that we just hit, and then keep pushing. That is tactically the best answer. Because it's the
Bao would
least number
like
of
to
foes.
cause. Is it snowy right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. I don't know.
What time of year is it? Actually, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's a very
Roll a
good. You said we-
d4.
I
You said
like
we'd
the
been here
idea
for a
of it being
while.
winter, but it could also be like late fall. Like there could be frost, but not.
I think late fall is the
I
best
like
answer.
late
Yeah, I don't-
fall. Let's go with that. You've got some
Okay.
maybe frost around if you need to work with it, but
Yeah, we're
I would like to.
expecting a snowfall soon.
My idea is get everyone close to me, and then we're gonna ride a rock slide down to cut off the Fire Nation escape and join the fight.
Okay, before we do that, I have
That's big
a
and
thing.
dramatic. You
Does
could
this-
go small and punchy and not say like, "Oh, there's a bunch of high-powered benders wandering around the woods in
Well,
case
we
this
get them.
goes south."
No, we get him. It's avalanche.
are far enough away that it's not immediate. Oh, look, up the hill is where the city is.
So
But-
I would like to use my "Here's the plan" move, if that makes sense, because
That
we
does
literally
make sense,
just did
actually.
that for when you work out a plan with someone. Roll. So I will do that. Here we go. I'm rolling with creativity. Max. So I hold 3, and I'll spend it for some small bonuses over the course of the scene, basically, while we're carrying out the plan.
So the plan is to just beat up all the Fire Nation people.
Yeah.
Just-
I
just
would
beat
like
'em
to
up.
add the rock slide in. If not, that's okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
it
I'm-
depends how stealthy we actually want to be, because I think we should carry that theme forward, both for if we're caring about stealth-ish, if we're trying to be on the down low with our city or not, because that will matter.
Well, we're
As we
scouting
s-
for the city, right? We're not like super close.
You're not super close. You're scouting for the city. You're partially basically covering the trail of the way too many people who came through here, as
Mhm.
well as trying to make sure that there's no Fire Nation around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm good to just rock slide in. An earthbender doing a thing isn't a huge deal in this part to me.
Yeah, but not when you're destroying old growth forests in the process. Like, you can't.
Is Damo
That's
worried
what it
about
is.
the
It's the
environment?
forest spirits. The forest spirits will not be,
They will not be pleased with this.
and you'll be the one who never hears the end of it.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
no. It's okay. They
also-
said it's okay. They said it's okay. The four spirits talked to me. They did it. They said it's cool.
Bearing false spirit witness is a grave, grave crime.
Yeah, you bring that up on your own accord. Like, you have to
No, I
answer
mean-
for your own crimes.
All right. If you're all dynamic entrying, I mean, Sato's not going to stay behind, but it is known that he thinks this is a bad idea.
Yeah, I think
We gotta do something, Sato. We can't just
I
let them.
need investors,
die.
Sato.
I know what
There are hundreds of people back at the town that are relying on us to not expose them to this.
I know what it is like to be captured. We all do. I won't allow that to happen to these people.
Impetuous youth. Let's do this.
And it's just 6 generic firebenders.
Yeah, basically what you've got is 6 moves here. I'm not necessarily even going to put them on the board, because here's where I ask you the question of, do you actually want to go into the fight system for what will be a very easy fight, or do we want to do this narratively?
I am good if we don't.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
I
need to
don't
use the
think
fight
I don't
system.
think we need to against a bunch of nameless mooks. There's no character things. We can just do a roll to rely on our skills and training or something like that.
Beautiful, I agree with that. Then let's get that going.
Oh, but I do actually have a question.
Yes?
Would I don't even necessarily know if I'm leading, but one of my bold goals is to successfully lead my team in a fight. I don't know if that has to be like a capital F break out the rules fight or what.
I think it would have to be.
I think
Wouldn't
so.
say it needs
Oh.
to be a capital F break at the rules fight, but I also wouldn't say you're leading here. So at
That's
least
fair.
not. That was a lot of team discussion, not we do what I say. I'm leading
Mhm.
this.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for skills and training? Because I'm kind of
Yeah,
leading the
please
charge.
do, because if you're avalanching on in,
Yeah.
that is skills and training.
Yay! All right, it's focus, which is my best stat. Haha!
Wow.
Boxcars. All right.
Yep. So with rely on your skills and training, on
There.
hit you do it. On a 7 to 9 imperfectly, but it's not 7 to 9.
Okay. Why am I not able to scroll down? Yeah, whatever. But yes, so you go on avalanching in. You catch them by surprise. They're not completely bowled over, but you definitely have the chance to at least get a couple of them down before they're able to notice anything. Can you guys give me some sort of a description as to how you do that?
Um,
Um,
I was gonna say we could do it in more than one roll if they're not all gone, but yeah,
I'd be
Jordan, you
happy
take
to
the
allow
you take
for
it first.
person to roll once.
Or
yeah,
everyone does one roll to
Yeah,
describe what they do.
because I think
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Bow's rolled for the entrance basically.
so I think we enter in on the landslide. If there is ice or snow, then it just helps the waterbenders. But I think maybe we get at least one guy in the landslide, and then we like are blocking off the one end, and then the waterbenders are on the other end, and now the Fire Nation are sandwiched.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
I think Quiwa will try to like pop out early and stay a bit further behind everyone else and start laying down covering fire while the others who are, fight a bit closer up, uh, trying to let them approach better. So I think I'll go next. And yeah, she's gonna, as I said, rely on her skills and training. She is mostly trying to, yeah, tie them up and distract them, and they're gonna be focusing on trying to dodge arrows or like shooting like their boots to the ground and trapping them. She is acting more as support to help the others in a sec. Um, she's gonna be rolling with focus, which is a +1.
So rely on skills and training again?
Yeah, I think so. Um,
Okay.
I'm quickly checking. Would I prefer to roll with my confidence instead? I don't think so. I will just roll with focus.
Can you just do that?
I have to mark a
You
fatigue, and I can roll with a
Oh,
principal.
okay.
live
But
up to
it's
your
the same
principle.
stat number, so I am good. That is a 9.
I
Okay,
will help and push that to a 10. As you steady yourself and begin drawing arrows, as Sato like leaps by you because he's using the trees, not relying on an avalanche. He's not an earthbender, but he's like
Yeah,
leaping from tree to tree, and just looks down and fires a blast of fire into your onto the arrows that you've set aside. So now they're flaming arrows that you're throwing in.
Nice. Okay, perfect. Um,
Even more distracting.
so that is a 10 plus. So yeah, I think that they're initially. I'm guessing the waterbenders, and obviously Marissa, you can tweak this. But I'm guessing at first the waterbenders, seeing fire arrows, assume that they are enemy reinforcements. But once they see that they're aiming more at the Fire Nation than themselves, that helps a lot.
They take the opportunity to kind of get their own licks in at that moment in
Yep.
time. Anyone else want to be describing what they're doing?
Oh, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. Um, but I'm trying to trick the Fire Nation scouts before they flee to cover our track somehow with mechanics. Um,
Somehow, okay. So tricking them to do what? Or
I'm
believe what?
tricking them to believe that like they made a mistake somewhere and miscalculated, but like not that there are really people in the woods besides the people they chased into the woods.
Like we just caught them right place, right time, not we're holed up somewhere around here.
Not that there's like a reason to keep going, that the reason they were in the woods was to chase the people running into them. And so as far as they know, there's only 20 people in the woods.
I like the intent. I
You could
have no
intentionally
idea
let
how
slip.
that's mechanically possible.
You could yell misinformation out and disguise it as if you're trying to like communicate with your allies, where the scouts can hear.
Well, being close, is there more detail we can get about the Earth Nation that's there?
I thought were they water or earth?
There's
The
Earth
three-
being protected by water.
Ah, okay.
As mentioned, bit ragged. You might recognize one or so faces in the crowd, not as anyone in particular, but someone you've seen around.
Like around
Probably
Duofei?
came
Yeah,
around
it's
from
one of the
Duo-
festival vendors.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, so yeah, I make some claims about how you don't mess with festival food vendors. Like,
You're just a really, really loyal customer.
The Festival
we are
Food
like-
Vendors Union protects its own.
Yeah, something like that, as if we are hired by the greater body of festival food vendors for road protection or something.
Oh, so we're like mercenaries. Yes.
Yeah, so like no, they put a contract with us, and you don't mess with that.
Are your satisfaction guaranteed as we're like throwing fire and rocks and arrows?
Yeah, something so they have a reason why they're being attacked. So they leave with weird impressions.
We also do
Yeah.
weddings and bat mitzvahs.
We just throw a business card after them as they run away.
No, too much like blades. Throw business cards at everyone.
I will give that a chance at success. Sure. Basically, if they do end up or manage to flee, they will have, and you succeed, they will have a very interesting impression about festival food vendors and their military.
Yeah, there's some kind of like organized crime syndicate that.
Yeah,
The foodies.
obviously,
Yeah,
obviously, there's an organized crime syndicate that operates entirely
through
with
festival food vendors.
food vendors because it's super easy to launder
Yeah.
money through them.
You haven't heard of vendors
all-
can't?
It's all vendors can't. It's all cash.
It's all cash, and it's all like what promotional, like what you yell out
But
when you're
also your
saying this.
spot, but also your spot matters so much, so they can charge the vendors too
Yeah,
for better placement.
I mean the orders themselves are probably part of the can't. Like I'll take a corn dog, what hold half the mustard or something is.
That's the 100% of the can't.
Yeah,
All mispronounced orders.
And see,
All
the
right.
big problem is if you really don't like corn dogs with mustard, but that's what the can't says.
that's
You
how
just-
everyone
sure?
actually joins the thing, is they accidentally order something that's part of the can't.
And then you're just in the mob. That's
Yeah.
just what happens.
You're one of us now.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
only
leader.
one way out
Sorry.
of the Merchants Guild.
You did tell me that these people were scouts. I am using the fact they are scouts to empower my trickery. I would like to use my +1 forward.
What are you mechanically meaning for empower your trickery now?
Assess the
Um,
situation gives you a +1 to take advantage
then
of
yes,
it.
go ahead.
Yes.
Mm.
Sorry,
That's the
I was thinking about
mechanic.
status.
That's the mechanic bit. The narrative bit is that I'm using the fact they are scouts to make the trick happen. If they were just like prison guards, this trick would not work. But they are intended to return with information.
I'm going to give you your 1 in power because you recognized the person more so and
That's
are
fair.
going off the festival
Fine.
food thing.
That
But
works
sure,
too.
go ahead, take it.
I got a 7.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, pick 1.
Oh, they overcommit.
They
Oh.
are deceived, absolutely.
So they really buy it.
Yeah,
We gotta look
That's my
into this
favorite
festival
one.
food union.
that's my favorite option. I don't care about +1 forward. I want them to believe my foolishness.
It's like the pick the biggest lie. Go with that.
Yep.
Anyhow, absolutely. As 1 or 2 of them are deciding, maybe this isn't a fight we can win, and kind of trying to get their arms under our friends and maybe back off and regroup. You can see them looking at Dama and very much believing what he's saying, but we still have one last person who determines whether or not they're going to be getting away here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Trying to figure out how to do that. Not too good at fighting unless I'm actually fighting. Weirdly enough.
Oh, your focus isn't great?
Unless you're
Oh
mechanically
yeah,
fighting.
that's yeah.
I
Well, there's
will
a
be
couple
able to help you. You could also roll with if you have a principal.
Push your luck is worse.
I was gonna
No, I
say,
can roll with my principal, but that's 0.
lead and trick are all
yeah, I can
NPC
negate someone marking fatigue as part of my helping plan thing, so I can negate the fatigue cost of rolling with your principal.
Or comfort
Okay.
and support.
There. It's okay that it's so embarrassing to be beat by a bunch of. We're a bunch of mooks
no.
too.
I think I'll rely on my skills and training. Sato will sweep in, and he's going to try to push them in a direction, like leading away from where the encampment is, like make it impossible for them to run that direction, because we don't want them getting any closer, while threatening them with fire.
So you're not looking to end them. You're looking to make them run off that way.
In a certain direction that's safe.
As much as I don't want them escaping, I mean he could end them theoretically.
Do it.
It's up to you. This is the first action we've seen Sato take as a PC, so it might end up being a
Shit,
defining
burger?
one or the other.
Do it.
Fire Nation. Yeah, fuck it, they burn.
Yeah. Good.
Last thoughts are about
Let the
the fry
hate flow
cooks.
through you.
How fry cooks are killing us.
The fry cooks.
We'll see how it
All
goes.
right, so that's rolling with focus. No forward. That's 12 anyway.
Wow.
So basically, as they try and flee, wait, you describe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually it looks a bit different than I thought. Instead of coming in and blocking them in a direction, I think Sato just charges into the middle of them, like leaps from a tree down towards the center of them and just fire blasts downward and lands amongst them, just breathing fire out in a circle. And you can narratively describe what happens then. If you want to mention the smell, it might be bad.
Without
It's-
narratively describing it.
It's
Team
Avatar
Rocket blast.
PG-14.
They fall
Team
down and
Rocket
there's
blasting off
smoldering
again
patches
into
on
the
their
woods.
clothes is what that does.
They fall down and they all have Zuko eye scars now.
Yeah, but
And they
the
don't
intent
remember
is that
anything.
the intent is that they, even if they get away, they are so traumatized by the event they will never speak of it.
So it's done now.
They are not going to get away. Actually, one question. What are you wearing that you're jumping around in trees? Are you in...
It's Fire Nation armor,
Okay,
but it's
you
painted
are.
black.
Okay.
Just in full,
That is some
just in
nimble
full
armored
regalia. Okay.
It's
That's not
every
regalia.
anime in the world. Someone jumps from tree to tree. Let me be cool for a second.
I'm in like the kimono version of a smoking jacket. So
Okay. Kimono smoking jacket. And what color is it, Dama?
oh, it's red and orange.
Okay,
It's
good.
I'm
You're
adhering to
appropriately
the
colored.
pattern.
Does that mean Q Yen now has to wear like orangey colors, like
It's orange and
airbender
green.
colors?
It's orange and no, it's still green.
Actually, that's a good question. Quiwa, have you updated your wardrobe with your newfound heritage yet?
No.
Are you
No, I have
wearing
not.
some
Not
nomad
balls?
robes? Are you?
No.
It's not bending that determines your robes. It's what like
Yeah, what culture you grew up
where
in.
you
Yeah,
live.
I'm wearing the same
Yeah.
as I used to. I'm wearing the same thing I used to.
You have a new accessory at least, like a sash.
I don't know if she has really. She's trying to keep her airbending hidden, so
It's for the audience. It's not for the Fire Nation. It's for the audience.
she actually even her picture might have a sash. I'm not sure.
More wind-tossed hair than normal.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's probably what it is. Her hair is now loose, not tied in a bun anymore, like it
Yeah,
often is.
constantly fluttering.
All right. Well, as the Fire Nation goes down and stay down, the group of people kind of group again together a little bit more. The waterbenders kind of uh, center themselves again between you and the other groups of people, but also you seemed to be on their side, so they're not going to be attacking you anytime soon. You obviously just saved them, but also two of the major moves of that saving included fire, so they have no idea what's happening with that.
Two?
Pardon? Yeah, the
Oh,
fire
the
arrows.
fire arrows. I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't firebend.
Yep.
I shouted lies.
And jumped up with fire, but it's not sure that they saw that. So I guess again, what do you do in this situation? They're not going to make a move to come forward and talk to you just yet.
I want to wave to the guy I recognize. And say something about his dumplings.
Okay.
This is for the best dumplings I've ever had.
Is that a pickup line or?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Damn, you got some nice dumplings.
Check out them dumplings.
So Quiwa says,
A little wave back and a thank you.
Quiwa says, a group of waterbenders defending an Earth Nation merchant convoy. A curious sight. Why are you here?
Dot. One moment here.
Are they all supposed to die? Do we?
No.
No.
You're from the
Yeah.
adventure already?
Loading.
I just have a couple of loading moments.
That's
Yep.
not.
Anyway.
That's totally fine.
So one of them, without looking at anybody else, kind of steps forward slowly. This guy is really quite tall, and as he steps forward, he's kind of just smoothing his sleeves, just as an unconscious habit of what he's doing there. The other two, a man and a woman behind him, kind of follow in a close V formation almost, of just keeping those steps behind. And he says, kind of stiffly, like, thank you for saving us. I hadn't wanted to abandon these people to the soldiers, but before I answer your questions, may I ask, who are you? Firebenders who attack the Fire Nation.
I earthbended. I don't know if you saw that. I just like pick up a rock with my brain.
So Sato, who's like looking through the off camera, looking through the wreckage of the Fire Nation soldiers, he's trying to like identify where they're coming from or any insignia like that. He just looks up and says, "No one you need to worry about. We are just passing travelers, like you."
Don't they have halberds like normally?
Yeah,
The Fire
halberds,
Nation
yeah.
soldiers, they
Yeah.
If they're not
non-firebenders.
firebenders, yeah.
Sure, they have halberds.
I'd like to gather 1d6
Get
halberds.
the halberds.
Shoot the bodies.
Do they have thermal detonators? I'd like a thermal detonator.
No, they are
they
thermal
do not
detonators.
have thermal detonators.
Yep.
So one of you is talking to this person, the other guys are, looting the body.
I'm with
We're talking, we're looting,
QE.
yes.
Quiwa.
Well,
But
Quiwa.
sorry, yes.
I think Quiwa says, that man was once a member of the Fire Nation, but has been an ally and enemy of theirs, ally of ours, for some time. He is a friend, and the rest of us are not affiliated with them at all. With them.
Well then, as a friend, I thank you and would like to ask a question. Do you know where we can find the people of Duofei?
Who wants to know?
Who's asking?
Uh, I'm very. He's not stuttering as much as I am. Clarity.
No worries. No worries.
um. Please forgive me. I should have introduced myself. We are, or we are the ambassadorial party from the water tribe up north. My name is Antiklog. Um, and these are my other two are Panna, my bodyguard, and he points at the actually somewhat shorter gentleman behind him who kind of has this backpack of water on, who is doing a lot of the bending, and his sister Enka. And he kind of explains that uh, they were sent before they knew that Duofei was evacuated and have been looking for them since. That the people here were some of the ones who were left behind and kind of regretted staying behind in that situation and made it on out.
I would like to narrow my eyes and do this and use suspicious mind.
I'm gonna, yeah. Quiwa is gonna also get a vibe check. Um.
uh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, you have a special move for that, not a basic
yeah.
move.
You're just mechanically suspicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll help you
So
if you need it.
I will roll focus. I'm very focused in making sure. Aha.
Do
I
not
don't
need the help.
Okay, on a 10 plus, hold 2 and ask questions, I guess.
Are they telling the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Any suggestions for the last question?
What do they really
And
want?
he's holding it
But,
down.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, you can hold. It's not ask. It is
That's
hold
true.
to spend.
Yeah,
So
we can
you
wait.
can hold on to it now that you know they're telling the truth. You got your initial
Okay.
vibe check, and if you want to know more later, you can spend it then. If you don't have an immediate, like, I want to know this right now, I'd say
Mhm.
hold
Good
it.
idea.
Okay. I will say hold one for sus mind. And
Yeah,
what's
that what are you about to do can come in real clutch if you do it right before they do something.
yeah. And then what's the guy's name again?
So the guy's name is.
Because I assume it's on the person that is speaking with us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
the
moment.
tall
I'll
one.
give you all of their names and pronunciations. Do, do, do. The guy who's speaking to you is Antiklok. The
And
bodyguard is Panna. Pretty easy there. And his sister is Anka. And I'll get a pronunciation.
The bodyguard sister or
Yeah.
Yeah, Pana's sister.
cool. Um
Panna, Panna, I don't. That'll change as I pronounce things.
Cool.
all right. Yeah. So the eyes will narrow. He'll do the and then he'll just sort of like look at the group and go. That's it.
yeah.
Just nod like, yeah, they're good.
Quiwa is actually
Uh,
going to watch the Earth Kingdom people who came from Duofei. She wants to double check if any of them she's been away for so long. I don't think she would recognize like maybe one or two if they really are from Duofei. Um but she is going to check if they recognize who she is. She's not doesn't want them to, but if they already do and are like trying not to show it, she would like to know.
Okay. Do you want to make a roll for that?
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
can just assess the situation. I'm not assessing the people. The people talking to us are the waterbenders. You said mostly right now.
Correct.
I'm
yes.
assessing the other people.
Yep.
Okay. So for did I close that? I did. Let me reopen the moves list, and maybe one day I'll remember to keep it open. Roll with creativity, and then I can ask questions. That's also a 12. The rolls have been very
Nice.
good so far.
All
Yeah.
of the questions.
Wait till we actually fight someone, then we're screwed.
Yeah, then we're
Yeah.
boned.
So I think my question is, what should I be on the lookout for? Is my first thing. I guess if you need a more specific version of that, I can do that, but I'll start with that.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Yeah. Like, is there any specific person who seems like they
As
might recognize me?
as per the gut check, these people do seem to be what they have been described as being from Duo Fei. We've already had one recognition of the foodstuff vendor, kind of confirming that. I don't know that you're so well known and have been away for quite some time that there's any like sparks of recognition in many eyes. Maybe one person is like, huh, but they're not really saying anything, or
Like, I look familiar to them, but they can't place me, is what it feels like?
exactly.
Okay.
If you
Like,
were the, princess of this town, you were away in prison for a while.
Okay.
yeah, and
You
also
may
the
have come back
princess.
without revolution, but these were the people who were pro no revolution. I'm staying home to deal with the Fire Nation. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
weren't.
but also context is everything. So, adventure pants in the woods is not the context in which you see the princess at like a
No.
festival or anything.
Yeah.
That's very different. That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
My second question is, if we take them back to Duo Fei, who or what here is the biggest threat?
Oh, Reddit. Wait. Oh, wait. You were looking at those people. Okay. Um. It's fine. It's fine. Um.
Uh, these
You've
moves
got
don't indicate mind reading, so you can be vague here if you need to.
Yeah. You've got a group of what essentially was a bunch more Duo Fei merchants. How well they're capable of fending for themselves in what is currently a cold cave, and whether they're going to be a good enhancement to this or a liability, is a question. However, it's 20 people and you're already dealing for thousands, so that's the biggest thing to be on the lookout for. But
Okay. I think I say then, I say this quietly just to bow, probably. I say, um, I think they're safe, but they might recognize me. I'm gonna go out hunt. We're gonna need more food if we are taking them with us.
All right.
Okay. And then she just nods, um, and says,
before you go, who are you?
"Oh,
You still haven't
yeah."
answered that. Not just
She's just about to
you as the
say,
general people. I assume you're not actually, food vendors, mercenaries.
I mean, it depends who you're asking. As I hand out halberds to the toughest looking among them,
"Yeah,
to start.
Yeah.
We are friends of those to those who run afoul of problems like this.
and
I
we
think the
know,
less said of where we come from, the better.
but we do know
Also,
where you are seeking, and we can lead you there if you wish." The,
He kind of gives a stiff nod to thank you.
and
But I
yeah,
but I will add that names. Sato, if you're actually focusing in on the people now and not
Hmm.
looting bodies, you'll notice that there are two people in the crowd that uh, one won't meet your eyes, but two you couldn't miss or mistake for the world. You know them quite well. In that crowd of people is
Iori?
what names? Give me a moment. Life, the universe, and everything. Bato, your brother, and Misery.
We see.
Everything.
Oh, whoa.
So
Um,
just so that the rest of people have a little bit of an idea of what their what you're seeing and why they're so unmistakable. Bato, your brother, has kind of a scar right down his arm there, a surgical scar, an older one. He's kind of always looks like he's lounging, but right now he's trying to keep away from your eyes. Misery has some impressively wild hair, which no matter what is being done, is not tameable and is currently kind of under a hood, and she's very much kind of pulling that hood forward and, fiddling with her clothing and stuff like that. But these are people you know well enough. You're not going to miss even on a casual glance.
And they're wearing green.
They're wearing green.
I think I'll as Quiwa is saying that that will lead them where they need to go. There's just a hand on your shoulder, and he pulls her
Yeah,
back.
she stops immediately. Like when
There are two in that group that are not Earth Nation. I know them.
are they spies?
That remains to be seen. But
And
we
she
need to be
closes-
careful.
Agree to lead them and separate them out from the rest later, on the way.
I will take care of that.
She nods. She says, "I'll follow quietly from a distance." And then she says to for everyone to hear, "This man, gesturing to bow, will take care of you all. I will go fetch us some food." And then she just is going to leave. But she was actually going to go hunt. Now with all of this, she's going to hide nearby and be the stealthy reinforcement archer if needed.
Yeah. If you would all please, I think Bao's gonna make a ramp that's gonna turn into stairs to go back to where we rock slid down from, and then from there he'll earthbend to cover the tracks that we all made.
I was just
As the
thinking,
That
last
makes
one up.
sense.
Idea of covering the trail. Makes
Yeah.
sense there.
Stairs.
All right, great. Absolutely, that's something that you can just do, and they will follow up behind you. If you are seeming to be acting as the leader, the three waterbenders will kind of separate out from the rest of the group and heading towards following next to you, the other two following pretty closely behind already. Dama, you notice that the guy, the bodyguard, seems to be looking at you a lot.
I wink at him, and get an approach.
He smiles, kind of looks at the guy who he's normally supposed to be protecting, and then sidles on over to you anyways, without actually being given any signal that, hey, you maybe shouldn't do that. And he comes up over to you and is like, hey, so are you the same Dama Lee? Wait, who you totally have not introduced yourself. Who cares? Are you the Dama
Are
Lee?
you Dama Lee?
Yeah.
Are you the Dama Lee who won the
I have Pie Show trading cards.
Yeah.
You're him.
I have a holographic card of you.
It's a PSA 10.
I mean, yes, I am actually. How do you know of me? Who told you of my greatness? I guess.
Kidding? That win was legendary. Could you show me your moves sometime? I would love to talk strategy. What are you doing
Yes.
here?
Well, that's
there
a
a
really
trivia?
good question. Actually, I was meaning to tell someone. We're starting a new business venture on top of the mountain.
Awesome.
Your
What sort of
wealthy
business
friends
venture?
there looks like would be a perfect candidate to get in on the ground floor of a new mountaintop resort destination.
I feel as though you are trying to get him to believe something or do
It's
something.
not a trick. This is the plan.
You are being sincere. That doesn't mean it
You
won't take some convincing.
absolutely being sincere, but yes.
Roll for timeshare.
Yeah.
Is there a
We just need you to buy some Dama coin.
Oh, it's plead. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Please.
you're pleading.
I'm pleading
It's-
for help and support.
Yep.
Yep.
He's pretty obviously does care what you think. That's not in question. So
Ah.
you're good to go for a plead.
Yeah. I would also like to use my +1 for knowing my marks. From my assess the situation earlier when I found the richest people around.
You already did use
Yeah,
your +1 once, but
absolutely, I'll give you that. That
okay.
makes
This
sense.
is a different question. This is a
Oh.
different question. I had 3.
Yeah, you did specifically ask about. Yeah. Okay.
1+1 ongoing when acting on the answers.
And
so it
this
doesn't-
was the question about like where's the most wealthy and valuable and interesting
Yeah.
thing.
This is a rich waterbender person. He has 2 bodyguards.
I got an 8.
All right. As I look up plead quickly.
You gotta tell me what they need before they do it.
He looks enthusiastic about your plan. Like he really is like, absolutely. I'll bring it up with him. I'll see if there's anything we can do, anything for you. But also, I might need to ask just a little bit like more. I mean, just so that I can get an idea of the lay of the land. Like,
Land is an issue. We do need to get some earthbenders on board to lay the foundation, if it will.
I have an idea if Marissa you want him to ask for something.
go ahead with your idea. Sure. What is it?
He's such a big fan of Dama, he might want to see him play like an exhibition match.
In the mountains?
Yep.
I gotta find those snowbenders real fast.
Yep. He wants to see you play like to
But we're
celebrate.
as soon as we get to the cave, we are playing Pai Show.
There's
This is a
playing Pai
mood-
Show, but then there's like playing Pai Show as an event.
I guess, but like the fact that someone else wants to play Pai Show with me in the cave, and it's not the same 4 old men I've been playing for the past 3 months, I'm
Fair.
all on board.
Yes, I actually think I am going to go with that. He wants you to make a pie show spectacle. He wants you to put a bunch of effort into planning this thing, which will be the
You mean the
greatest.
tournament at
I
the
think
chateau?
I think
You
yeah.
mean the
I think
tournament
we're
at the
setting
chateau?
up Indigo to GM next.
I
He's
think that's
not
what
looking necessarily for
I
the
call
chateau. He doesn't
call-
want the effort around there. He wants to see you play and play well against a bunch of different people. He's
yeah, which means
saying
I need to
basically,
feel the dreams
actually,
it. We're gonna
I'll-
feel the dreams it.
If you build it, they will
If
come.
you play it, they will come.
We built the chateau. We invite Pai Show players from across the world to show up.
It's just the radish spirit speaking into his ear the entire time.
he's
Do
calling you out
it.
to actually follow your destiny and not get distracted with other side ventures.
Yeah, the war doesn't matter. Pai Show is what matters.
That is my
My
destiny.
show is life.
So
It is my
he
destiny.
calling someone out to live up to your principle. In this case, he's calling you out to live up to determination. Which, I guess, yeah,
Shifts
he's
me.
calling you out to live up to determination. So you can either deny that call out, resist shifting your balance, or just shift towards that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shift towards determination.
Absolutely.
Well,
As long
no
as-
one ever shifts my balance. Like, why not?
Fair enough. I don't know if this conversation does continue going anywhere, or
I just think the conversation continues, but we keep walking.
I think Bao is like he knows that this guy's telling the truth, but he's wanting to dig for more like info because he looks like a richy rich boy, right?
yes.
Yes.
So like,
We all.
oh.
I informed everyone who the marks are.
yeah, like like you said you were like an ambassador. Like, what are you coming here for?
My mission is to. I'm here to make an alliance with Quang. I can't say your last name. I can say your first name.
Huyen?
Huyen?
Huyen.
Huyen.
Yeah.
With Quang Huyen. Regardless of what temporary troubles he might have fallen into, I want to meet with him to discuss some very important matters.
As I am a bodyguard for the family, so I need to vet.
You're a bodyguard for them.
Yes.
So you should be able, you will be bring us directly to them.
After proper vetting, perhaps. Um, are you a what is this sort of alliance you're looking for?
I have been given permission to give the support of the water tribe. He looks around to the lack of water. Um,
There's
uh,
snow up higher.
yeah, I know, but he was expecting a city on the water by a cliff and is suddenly in a mountain in the middle of nowhere. Uh, but basically, yes. I have come to make an alliance with your people and to ratify that through a. How do I say this?
Don't say the M word.
Ratify it through a marriage. Let's just go straight there.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
If we
Mm.
can be sure that
Engagement.
my new wife has
Is
sufficient
30-Day
influence.
Fiance and a city builder?
This is just Crusader Kings.
There's
On the
actually an
upshot, you
Avatar
can't
mod.
murder your kids.
No. You can in Crusader Kings. You could do it a lot.
If I can be sure that my new spouse has a sufficient influence to ensure that the water tribe's voice is heard within Duo Fae, and
Mm.
any of the surrounding peoples ruled by the warlord Queen King.
Mm. I think I might want to use that last question.
Go ahead.
Is that what he wants? What does he really want?
Oh, give me a moment.
I love how this forces him to have an ulterior motive.
Oh, that's why I'm not opening files. There's too many open windows. What does he really want in this case? He does kind of want this, but as far as he knows, the political situation when he left, the only eligible person to make an alliance with was much older and not that interesting. What he really wants is to prove himself.
Never mind. I'm in.
Yeah, that could have gone south.
Okay, so it's less that he wants to just have a marriage. He wants to more prove himself, and he feels like he can only do that through making a marriage
Through
alliance.
like help prove himself to his tribe, I assume.
Yeah, he was sent to
He
go make
really
an
wants
alliance
Daddy
with
to love
a
him. That's
powerful
where.
warlord.
Mm,
Things rapidly changed when he got here, but he's still kind of set on his guns of, yes, but I'm going to still fulfill the spirit of the order I was given as best I can and make this work.
got it.
If it's still good for us.
Got it. Okay, cool. So this is a good thing and also a bad thing. I
Basically.
will like as he's like explaining this, like I'll see if perhaps the uh warlord that's the term we're going with now, I guess.
It's technically
That is how
correct.
he
It's
would
It's
at least
not
know.
not inaccurate.
yeah.
Yeah. The warlord Hu Yen would grace you with an audience.
I should hope he would.
I would assume he would, but you never know what sort of
a
mood he's
long
in.
way.
Of course. As have we all.
What did prompt you to leave? Like, when we came to Duo Fae, it was obviously burned, but there didn't seem to be many remnants of anything there.
Signs of battle.
Yeah, signs of battle, exactly.
Mm,
A very small Fire Nation presence, a very small Earth Nation presence. The place was nearly abandoned.
I
What
believe that is a story that I would leave to the warlord.
Tactical retreat.
That's what I'm doing from this conversation is tactically retreating from this conversation.
Yeah,
It's like, yes,
that's I don't have clearance to
Yeah.
really
So
talk
have you
about.
tried the
I'm
pine
just a
cone
bodyguard.
jam?
I
Have you
was
tried the
off work
pine
that
cone
day,
jam
so I
from
don't
these
know.
mountains?
Yeah. I was on a different assignment and then things just sort of happened.
That's actually true.
It was like that when I got back too. Who knew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's
was
going
told
to
someone
continue-
left the oven on, and it was.
Left the oven on.
Something about a churro stand.
He's going to kind of continue pushing you for information. He wants to know everything that he can get about this place that he's going to before he gets there. So unless you essentially shut him down a lot harder than what you are currently doing, he's going to keep grilling you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, I is not my honor to tell the story of our people. It is the warlord's honor.
Just a bunch of
Again.
you'll know when you get there.
Yeah,
But-
I'm just a bodyguard. All right, I do two things very well. That is throw rocks.
And guard bodies.
Nope, it's just throw rocks.
Yeah,
Throw and
just-
rocks.
If that's the case, what is a bodyguard doing away from the one who he's supposed to be guarding?
Making sure the area is secure, and obviously it wasn't. So it is now secure.
Guard's job, not a bodyguard. He
Yeah.
gestures to the person who he thought was over his shoulder and no
Trying times.
few steps away talking.
Cultural differences.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm told to go where I'm told to go. I don't question the warlord. I'm just told to do what I'm told to do. I'm not the only bodyguard. I
I don't
probably
see
am.
how
I don't
what
know.
I don't see how what you're doing is doing your job. And
That's not for me to say.
he is again going to push you on a principle there. He's pushing you towards. He sees that you're being overly trusting of the safety of your charge, according to him.
He's trying to push me toward the
For something that trust thing work. He's trying to push you towards. Hey, if you're a bodyguard, guard the person you're supposed to be guarding. Come on now.
Yeah. Don't take extraneous orders for day trips. Like, insist on doing your job, dude.
Self-reliance. Rely on yourself to do your job.
I gotta read my new ability one more time. Oh, yeah, I'll do that because now I can use focus to attack, advance an attack, or evade and observe. So, yeah,
You will accept. and just,
yeah. Like
Alright.
I told him the same thing. I was just doing my job. I didn't want to argue with him. You know how it is. Like, imagine if you told, as I scroll up to find the name,
Anna.
Hana, like, I want you to do this, and then they argued with you. You know how that would be. But I agree. I should have been with him, but he told me to come out here and like make sure no one was following. Like he's just gonna be like, I agree with you.
Okay, I think that's successfully going to kind of get a miffed kind of, well, fine, as long as you actually agree with me and know that I'm right.
Yeah,
Kind of
you're right, buddy.
He continues.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the free bonus. Thanks for making me more focused, my friend.
Sato, may I ask what you're up to?
Well, first I'm going to surreptitiously tell Bao to lead the entire group in sort of the wrong direction, just in case.
Just a roundabout.
Oh, I think I definitely want to roll on that one.
they don't know
Sure.
where we are, but yeah, okay.
They don't know where you are, but you haven't completely managed to erase the tracks of 1,000 people yet. And
I don't think
If
there's a
that
way we.
goes wrong, it could have potential to actually go wrong.
I don't think we can effectively erase all of the tracks everywhere, but we like can maybe divert. Like, okay, we didn't go up this mountain; we went a different way.
Well, there's
Absolutely,
roads, so
possible.
like it's still you're not gonna have to totally clear it. Like you can't move 1,000 people through like
Yeah, you can't
not
unbend all the
road.
grass you walk through. Like,
It is possible to do some level of hiding here, but it's also a matter of
You're
you are
obscuring
lying
numbers.
to people who so far have been perfectly honest to you. If they discover that and that goes wrong, there is a potential that that could cause future issues. So I
Hey,
would
we
very
passed
much
this
like to
tree
know, does
already.
it go wrong or not?
Okay, yeah, I got no problem rolling.
Mhm.
Perfect. Roll
'Cause if
however
it goes
you
wrong, I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Gonna light them all on fire.
We're up on a mountain with an earthbender. We could knock them off the mountain. That's what happens.
So this being, I mean, I guess it's trick, right?
probably trick. That's the easiest
Theoretically.
case. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's
I've
less.
got a 0.
It's less you trying to trick me and us tricking them, so I'll be able to help you.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So
With
trick
juggling
with a
distance.
5.
So you need a 7 to 9.
Yep.
I can help if we get another help.
Does
I
juggling
guess.
help?
I don't
I mean,
know. Can I help
you'd-
while hiding and following from behind? I don't know.
I'm good with it failing. Like we can cross that bridge. That's cool.
Well, this is the
Mm.
perfect time to go to break, so we could actually have it be like if you if you say who you say you are, why are you leading us in the wrong direction, kind of thing.
Let me know whether you want it to fail or succeed. Let's go to break there, and then I'll discover where the episode's going after that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I'm good with a failure because I have a plan.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm not gonna waste my fatigue on it.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're what, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Then yeah.
So you have subtly directed, hey, go somewhere else, and at least someone isn't buying it. And I will figure out the consequences of that
When we get
after
back.
we come back after these messages. No,
Yeah.
not messages. Break.
Yep.
From our sponsors.
No. Okay, we'll be back in just a few minutes.